OpenAI's Sora. Wow. It was supposed to be the revolution in video creation, the tool that was going to change filmmaking, marketing, well, everything. And then, almost as fast as it showed up, it was gone. Okay, let's dive into the pretty surprising story of why OpenAI decided to shut it all down. I mean, this is a headline that caught literally everyone by surprise. On March 24th, 2026, just 6 short months after its huge public launch, OpenAI announced it was pulling the plug on Sora. We're talking the app, the API, the whole shebang. It was a massive strategic pivot that just left the entire tech world stunned. You know, this timeline really puts it all into perspective. A public launch in September, a shutdown announced in March. That is an incredibly short life for a product that had so much hype around it. And it just begs the big question we're going to explore today. Why? Okay, so the first reason, and honestly, it's probably the most significant one, it really just comes down to cold, hard logistics. Creating the kind of magic that Sora produced, well, it comes at a staggering price. And I'm not talking dollars, I'm talking pure, raw computational power. Just think for a second about what Sora was actually doing. It was basically simulating a physical world. It had to understand light and texture and motion, and then render all of that into a seamless, high-def video. The sheer amount of processing power needed for every single second of video was just astronomical, and that cost was quickly becoming unsustainable. So this is where we see a really critical strategic choice. See, OpenAI had a limited supply of its most powerful, high-end computer chips. They had to make a decision. Do we use them for a consumer video app, or do we redirect them toward our core mission? Well, they chose the mission. They decided to prioritize that foundational research for their next-gen language model, GPT-5, and for their really ambitious robotics programs. But it wasn't just about the cost. Not at all. As Sora's popularity exploded, so did this storm of external pressures. It was a mix of safety, legal, and commercial challenges that made the path forward look incredibly messy. And look, this wasn't just one single issue. It was a total convergence of problems. The potential for deepfakes and harmful content was this constant looming threat. Legal battles over copyright were pretty much guaranteed, especially after the US Copyright Office denied protection for AI-generated stuff. And then, on top of all that, a massive commercial deal just fell apart. $1 billion. That was the reported value of a licensing deal with Disney that completely collapsed. The whole idea was to use Sora to generate brand new content with characters from Marvel and Star Wars. I mean, can you imagine? It would have been a total game changer. But the deal died, and that sent a huge signal that Sora's commercial future was in trouble. And this, right here, this brings us to the real heart of the decision. Shutting down Sora wasn't OpenAI admitting failure. No way. It was a deliberate, strategic pivot towards a goal that the company considers infinitely more important. The race to build artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Now, to get there, they're focusing on this concept called agentic AI. Okay, so forget just generating text or images from a prompt. We are talking about AI systems that can understand a really complex goal, like, say, plan and execute my company's next product launch, and then proactively take all the different steps to make it happen. It's the next frontier, and OpenAI is betting the entire company that they can get there first. And you can see how this move fits perfectly into a clear 3-step strategy. Step 1, clear the decks. Discontinue the resource-draining Sora app. Step 2, double down on the more profitable stuff, like their enterprise and coding tools. And then, finally, Step 3, funnel all those freed-up resources, the chips, the talent, the money, into accelerating their core mission, building AGI. So, with the app officially shutting down, what does this all mean? What about the users, the projects they created, and the incredible technology that was powering Sora in the first place? This is the question on everyone's mind, right? Did OpenAI really just create this revolutionary world simulation engine only to, what? Just throw it away? Well, the answer, it turns out, is a pretty clear no. The consumer app might be gone, but the powerful tech behind it isn't being trashed. It's being repurposed for an even bigger goal. So here's the breakdown. The parts we would have used, the app on our phones, the API access for developers, that's all discontinued. They've said users will get a window to export their projects. But the crucial part is that last row. The underlying research, that's continuing. Sora's amazing ability to simulate the real world is now being repurposed to train robots in virtual environments, which is a critical step in developing AGI.
Ultimately, when you step back, the shutdown of Sora is way more than just a product update. It's a massive signal that the AI race is shifting. It's moving away from flashy consumer toys and towards the much harder, more fundamental challenge of building truly intelligent systems.
So we're left with this really final, provocative thought. In an industry that's completely defined by hype, maybe the boldest move a company can make is to kill its most hyped product, all to focus on a bigger, more world-changing bet. It is a very high-stakes gamble, and I guess only time is going to tell if it pays off.